Did you open the Just Guy Precon and think, man, I haven't played Portal 2 in like 10 years? Well, same. And we added these 20 budget cards that are amazing for Kilo.
But you're gonna have to take these 20 cards out to make room for those.
And that's it. The Moxfield links below has all this info. You can stop watching here.
Just go play instead, honestly. But if you do want to see how this deck plays out of the box, we're gonna have a live stream that probably
a
aired
VOD
before this video came out. But we're gonna have a live stream of how this deck plays with our upgrades on August 17th. And this video should be out before then.
So join the Discord, subscribe to the channel, and let's talk about Kilo. Come on.
Kilo Apogee Mine follows a trend I've been liking a lot lately, which is less words on a card can make it more interesting. It just says when it becomes tapped, proliferate. And there's a lot of directions you can take that. Unfortunately, most of them are best outside of this precon. This deck really is going to shine as a combo deck with Intruder Alarm or Poison or some kind of super tappy on tappy shenanigans, but the precon is just not set up to do that, so we went a different direction with it.
So a bunch of our ads are focused on things either with counters or that give counters, or sometimes both, like Archangel Elspeth and the Wandering Emperor. Both of these cards check off three very important things. They have counters themselves, they make creatures, which is incredibly relevant in a creature-light deck, and they give counters to your creatures, which is obviously relevant with Proliferate.
Since we couldn't totally get to combo with this, we decided the path of least resistance is just swinging Kilo every turn at our opponents. Cards that help us do that are Guide of Souls, Inti Seneschal of the Sun, and Luminarch Aspirant. All three of these cards come down before Kilo, with the potential to put counters on Kilo and keep it swinging every turn. Inti and Luminarch Aspirant guarantee it swings as a 5/5 on turn 3, which is nuts. And then either one turn later or when you drop another creature, Guide of Souls is not only going to put counters on Kilo, but give it flying as well.
And if you're going to be swinging every turn, Protection Magic is a perfect complementary piece to protect your board. Proliferating shield counters is gross.
And Teo, Geometric Tactician, will protect us. It comes down with a body, which is nice for blocking, and then keeps us either drawing a card every turn and making positive political deals, or forcing the table to go whichever direction we need.
If you're going the political route, yes man, Personal Securitron is your man. Or robot. A humble defector with counters, quest counters, and you can proliferate the crap out of those.
Also an artifact creature, which a lot of cards in this deck care about. And then we've got Market Backwalker. If you think sharing cards is overrated, it's nice to drop early, you can get counters going really quickly, or you can drop it late, and then whenever it dies, you're drawing a ton of cards.
This card is just so much better than Hanger Backwalker.
Yeah.
Prologue to Phyresis, and Norn's Decree are two excellent sources of poison counters because you do eventually need to win the game.
This deck's curve is really low, so these being incidental draw is great, and then making sure each opponent can get a poison counter is really strong when you're proliferating all the time. Aura of Dominion and Dreamtide Whale are both great cards that can proliferate on top of Kilo's proliferation.
Aura of Dominion notably taps a creature for cost, allowing you to untap and tap Kilo for one colorless mana.
That lets any kind of planeswalkers and any kind of poison counters get out of control super quickly.
Teferi, who slows the sunset, is the planeswalker you want that gets out of control. Its untap and tap abilities are incredibly relevant, but more importantly, that ultimate is super easy to achieve with a lot of proliferation, and it basically just wins you the game.
Tezzeret, Betrayer of Flesh, has another incredible ult. At 4 mana, he's coming down early, and it's surprisingly easy to proliferate the turn you cast him and just get this going. But even if you can't, each of his minor abilities matter. We always want to be drawing cards, it's nice to make bodies in a creature-light deck, and then there's a few really good cards with activated abilities in this deck.
Recon Craft Theta is the card we had in mind when building this upgrade guide. It adds a counter to the board, it taps Kilo, it does proliferate, which supports the overall theme too, and it's evasive.
You're going to be so happy to draw this card every single game. It just works so well. And on that note, Requisition Raid is a card I wish I could play 6 of. There's just so much power on this at such an efficient rate. I'm always going to want to draw this card. I'm always going to want to play this card. I want counters on all my stuff. I want to remove the best things on the board. This is just great.
I'm looking forward to when Spree comes back.
Me too.
Relic of Legends is just a necessary card in a deck that you care about tapping your commander. Goodbye.
Dovin's Veto will help you say goodbye to your opponents. You're putting a lot of effort into putting a bunch of counters on your board, so it's becoming really essential.
I said goodbye!
When you're putting all this effort into building up your board, not just with spells and with permanents, but with the counters as well, you really want to make sure that you don't get blown out. And we all know that precons have been really lacking in protection and interaction lately.
And our last card, Intrepid Adversary, comes with a very sneaky counter. You'll have to play this to turn after Kilo, but every subsequent turn, your board just gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
Kilo swings on turn 4, you proliferate the counter on this guy, and Kilo is still a 5/5 with no counters on it. It's a really cool interaction. What doesn't go so great in this deck are Karn's Bastion, Lonely Sandbar, Secluded Steppe, Titan Forge, and Darksteel Reactor. Since Kilo is a 3/3 with haste, we want to be active early. Our curve is extremely low with this deck, so we need to get 3 of these lands out of here and cut down on that count. Titan Forge and Darksteel Reactor are both way better when you're getting free charge counters every turn from Inspirit. When you have to pay mana or wait till your upkeep to get those charge counters, these cards are not nearly as playable.
And if our focus isn't on charge counters, Core Tapper, Moxite Refinery, Golem Foundry, and Powered Auto Generator and Deep Glow Skate get right out. Without charge counter support, the first 4 are pretty obvious, and Deep Glow Skate is such a win more card.
There's almost no situation in which doubling the counters will be the difference between winning and losing. Either you're there already or you're not. Our next cuts are Cloud Key, Deathshaker Titan, Organic Extinction, Threefold Thunderhulk, and Mindless Automaton. We need a lot of colored mana and a very low curve for this deck, so Cloud Key is just not necessary. Depthshaker is almost a great top end, but it says sacrifice all that stuff, and I just can't take that risk.
I hate that so much.
Yeah. Extinction's a solid board wipe, but we're adding a lot of non-artifact creatures, and 10 mana is a lot. And then Threefold Thunderhulk and Mindless Automaton are both functional cards with the 1/1 counters, but are way overcosted.
And if you've added all 20 of our budget ads, the 5 best worst cards are Ethereum Sculptor, Thrumming Bird, Wake the Past, Angel of the Ruins, and Fumigate. These are all good cards on their own, but they're not as synergistic as the cards we're adding.
Sculptor is the same logic as Cloud Key. Thrumming Bird is just one of the guns we had to take out of the deck to add more bullets. Wake the Past almost made the cut, but it's just too expensive. Angel's a solid card, but we're not really reanimating.
And remember, for our pre-con upgrades being only 20 cards, our emphasis was on developing our board and making it threatening. Board wiping is going the opposite direction.
And you're gonna make room with...
Now, who fucked up now? Now, who fucked up? God damn it, I did.
You have fucked up now.
Now
you fucked up. Rest in peace, Trevor.